Hi, I'm Kabib. I'm an UI UX designer. Right now, I'm gonna show you my UX research case study, PPGOS app redesign optimizing B2B pharma procurement. I have experience working in hospital and pharmacy store. So this project didn't just come from research. It came from my own real pain point on pharmaceutical product procurement. PPGOS or Parit Badang Global Online System is a B2B e-commerce app for pharmacists to purchase pharmaceutical or medical supplies. Because I have experience working in medical product procurement, I personally experience the inefficient system can slow down daily operation, especially when handling larger quantity, when tracking order, or managing invoice. In this project, I work solo. It takes 4 months. I do research, design, and testing. I use qualitative moderated usability testing in-depth interview, the version 2.2.4. Before we diving deeper into the research, let me tell you how supply chain of pharmaceutical product work. The first is production stage. In this stage, the manufacturer producing drugs, medicine, and medical product. After it, they're gonna transfer it to distributor. From distributor, they will transfer it to regional distributor, and then transfer it to the pharmacy in pharmacy store or hospital. After that, they will sell it to the customer. In this context, customer is patient. So this application work on this area. In daily operation, pharmacists are responsible for ensuring product availability. Because of this supply chain is very highly regulated and time sensitive, delays or inefficient in system can directly impact patient safety. Now imagine a patient with diabetes or hypertension who need to take medication every single day. If there is a delay in ordering, a cancellation, or confusion in procurement process, the shipment might be delayed. If the shipment is delayed, the pharmacy might run out of stocks. And if the pharmacy run out of stocks, the customer might miss their medication. For a chronic disease patient, missing medication is a disaster. It can directly affect their health condition. So this research is not just about improving UI. This is about improving efficiency in a system that can directly affect patient safety. Here is my design timeline. I'm starting this research on October 2025 and publish it on the article on my website in February 2026. I use design thinking framework, empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. This process ensures that every design decision was based on user need, not just an assumption. For my usability testing, I use 4 core tasks. First, find out how user search and buy a product. 2. Find out how user check order or shipment status. Third, find out how user pay due date invoice. And the fourth task, find out how user download the invoice or e-factor in Indonesian language. For the parameter, I use success or completion rate and time on task or time completion. The participants were pharmacists who work on medical product procurement on different area. Here is the testing result on current design. You can see in this table on task 1, you can see in here the participant need a lot of time to complete the task. In task 2, you can see there is no problem for the user to finishing the task. For task 3, need a lot of time. For task 4, there is 2 user failed. So for the success rate, for task 1 to 3, 100%, all user can finish the task. For task 4, 60%. I identified several major issues. First, user has to click on detailed product page to add it on a chart. So if user want to add product to the chart, they have to click on this button. They should click on detailed product page. The second problem is user has to click plus button to add one piece. You can see in here this default number is 0. They have to click plus button in here. The third problem is the user cannot find the chart button. You can see in here there is no chart button in here. Another problem is the terminology. You can see in here the user really confusing because of this name, this icon name. They need clearer name. The next problem is to access due date invoice list. They have to click button on 2 different pages. It takes too much step to access due date invoice list. You can see in this video. For the last problem, the flow to access and download invoice confusing user. There is button placed on the home or payment page. You can see in this video the user are confusing to take a step to access the invoice download page. To better understanding user behavior, I created 2 user persona. This is user persona 1. This is user persona 2. I also make user journey to help me visualize emotional pain point, especially during checkout and invoice access. The biggest frustration occurred during payment and document retrieval. Here is the prioritization matrix. I use this matrix to determine which issue has to solve first. Of course, I focus on high impact with low effort. I analyzed 2 competitor app. It's called Emos app and GPOS B2B app. You can see on this table, the user can easily complete every task. Here is the video. You can see in this video the user really easy to complete the task. Here is the other competitor app. Here is the user flow slide. It shows which step needed to take the user to complete the task. This is for task 1. This is for task 2. This is user flow for task 3. This one is for task 4. Here is the information architecture on this app. These are low fidelity wireframe. I use it to testing the layout before moving to high fidelity design. Here is the wireframe 2. Next we move to style guide. Because of there is no style guide published on this app, so I try to reverse engineering to keep the consistent style. Here is the color guide, text style guide, and here's the component that I use in this redesign. The icon, the navigation bar, the button, the search button, search bar, the card for the product. Next we move to the ideate stage. I do UI redesign for this app. You can see in here. I add menu for change the supplier company, so user can pick it on the first task, on the home page before they buy something. Of course, I change the name on this icon menu, and then I add this icon menu button to download invoice. Of course, I change the navigation bar too. I make this order as user usually buying something. When you buy something, usually you click the home page, searching product, and then put it on the chart and then pay it. This is common user experience when they buy something in marketplace. The next redesign is search result page. You can see in here, I add chart button in here. I move the favorite button in the bottom, and then I change the color to orange so user can easily notice it. And then I add description product more comprehensive than the previous design, so the pharmacist can detail check in on every product. On the below of the detailed product, I add this recommendation product section. I add this tag orange tag for discount, and this green tag for recommendation label product, so it can attract a user to buy it. And then I move the counter and add to chart button, make the user easily touch it. Next, we move to shopping chart page. I do redesign on this page. I add these two buttons for check all product and for delete all product. This button is to add more product. Next, we move to payment flow. This is the previous payment flow. I do redesign on this payment flow. I also redesign an entire UI of this payment page. You can see in here. I categorize it, and then I add this orange tag to give warning for every payment, so user can more aware. This is the red tag for due date invoice. This is for the last payment page. I add this button so the user can easily notice it, and put it in here, the user can easily touch it. For the last page, I do redesign on download invoice page. You can check in here, there is a blue button to download the invoice PDF file. Next, we move to the prototype section. Here is the prototype for this redesign. You can see in here, it's clickable. First, I try to change the distributor. Click. Here is the navigation bar. I try to search and buy product. Okay, I am gonna click searching for paracetamol. You can use the keyboard. Paracetamol. This is the favorite button. You can click in here. It's for adding product. You can check in here too. This is the detailed product page. Okay, I'm gonna add it to chart, the notification, and then I check shopping chart. Here is the shopping chart page. I check all of the product and then do some buy. Okay, I am confirm this purchasing. Done. Next, I am gonna try to pay to date invoice. Click in here in this menu. Try to pay some to date invoice. Click in here, choose your payment method. You can change the payment method. Copy for this number. You can copy on this number and then finish. Done. Next, I try to download the invoice PDF file. This is the download invoice page. You can click in here. You can click in here too. Done. Now we back to presentation slide. After I do design and prototyping, I test the new redesign to the user. There is some improvement for speed for the user completing the task. You can see in this video, the user can easily complete the task after I do the redesign. Now we move to parameter calculation level of success. There is 4 types for parameter calculation. First, complete success. The user can easily finish the task. 2. Success with one minor issue. User can finish the task, but sometimes they error for clicking wrong icon, but still on the same page. The third is success with major issue. The user can finish the task, but sometimes they click on different icon, they out of user flow, and then they out from the page. The fourth type is failure. The user cannot complete the task. You can see on task 1, 40% user success with one minor issue, 60% success with a major issue. For task 2, all user can easily complete the task. For task 3, you can see 40% complete success, 20% success with one minor issue, 40% success with a major issue. For task 4, you can see in here 40% complete success, 20% success with a major issue, 40% user failure. Now we move to other parameter calculation, time on task. On the left table, you can see this is the testing result on current design. On the right table, testing result after I do redesign, and then I calculate the average for every task. So after I do redesign and test it to the user, there is significantly improvement for the speed of the user on completing the task. I also gathered user feedback through voting. This is the voting for navigation bar or nav bar. The version 2 is the winner. I also do voting on icon menu name. This is the winner, pembayaran tagihan. It's mean payment bill, payment for bill, something like that. It's a voting result for homepage. The winner is homepage version 1. I do voting on search result page. The winner is search result page version 3. The difference is on this filter button and the chart button. Next, I do voting on product view page. The winner is product view page version 2 because the detail is very comprehensive. And because of this counter and add to chart button very familiar with the user. For the conclusion, overall all users get pleasant experience after trying out the new prototype. The user's problem that they have complained about was already solved. The new design can efficient their time 28 to 87%, so they can move on to other works. Here is the reference that guided me to do usability testing, to searching on the methodology and UX measurement approach. You can explore my other portfolio on my website. You can contact me on email, Instagram, and you can check on my other portfolio in Behance, Dribble, and on LinkedIn too. And of course, I'm open to UI UX opportunity and collaboration. Thanks for watching.